Hi friends, it's Dyra. Welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm showing you a client of mine whose hair I have been doing for a while. Now she is natural, as in she doesn't have any chemical process in her hair at all. However, she does not wear her hair in its natural state ever. She always gets her hair blow dry and straightened. And what I was trying to show you here is she's been coming to me for a while. The ends of her hair show how her hair used to be when she first started coming to me. They were extremely straight. Since she has been coming to me, I have been able to get some body back into her hair, even though her curls are not to their full potential because we do use heat all the time. And I'm going to go into that a little bit more. What you see me spray was some leave-in conditioner on her ends, and that's because that is the oldest part of the hair strand, so of course it is the weakest. So I like to show it a little bit more love, just because her hair can split a little bit quicker because we're constantly using heat. And then I am using my Love and Health Protect Me serum for the rest of the hair. Okay, now in a previous video, I did say I was going to go in and discuss the difference between heat trained hair and heat damage. Okay, so now what I'm about to say is my opinion. I know different stylists and different people in general feel different about this topic, but what I'm giving you are my opinion. Heat training and heat damage are one and the same to me. Heat training is damage. But for the sake of explaining it to someone who does not do hair all the time or for a living, I will explain it like this. Heat training is heat being used responsibly in the hair, and heat damage is heat being used improperly. Okay, so now with me saying that, what exactly does that mean? And I'm going to tell you. To me, heat training is when you use the proper way of cleansing, moisturizing, and conditioning the hair. Then you apply proper products to protect the hair from the heat in order to straighten and use the heat safely. However, you're still damaging the curl pattern when you're using heat constantly. But when you do it properly, you use the right amount of heat. Like I said, you make sure that the hair is conditioned and moisturized. You're still keeping the hair nice and thick, and it still has a little bit of curl to it. However, it will not have the true curl, and the curl would not be to its potential. Okay, now to people who wear their hair in its natural state, that's a big issue. For people who do not, like this particular client, wear their hair in its natural curl, that's not a big deal for their curl pattern to be loosened. But because their curl pattern is loosened, it becomes so much easier to blow dry and straighten the hair, and for the style to last a little bit longer than someone who only gets heat every once in a while. As you can see, I'm able to blow dry her hair very quickly because we do it so often that her hair just automatically accept the heat, and I'm able, to get through it. Now, heat damage is when the hair has crossed the point of the curls just being loosened. So heat damage, well, what is considered to the general public, and what I mean by that is someone who is not a professional, the heat damage is when there is absolutely no curl in the hair whatsoever. Now, with hair that is heat damage, like I said, if you don't use your hair, you don't wear your hair in natural state, it's not a problem either. However, when the hair is to the point of heat damage, you have to be very, very careful with it, because one heat session can take it from it just being weak to it being gone. So there is a difference between, you know, the heat trained hair and the heat damaged hair. You want to be more sensitive with it. And of course, the heat trained hair does eventually become heat damage. But if you do things properly and you take care of the hair and your client takes care of their hair, the only point of the hair that should become heat damage should be the ends. And that's because by that point, you should be ready to get a hair trim, so that you can get rid of the hair that's split or maybe see-through on the ends, hair that's begun to break off because it's so weak. Those should be trimmed, and your heat trained hair should only ever get like that at the ends. And that's one of the reasons why I always say that it's important to find a stylist that you love and a stylist that does your hair in the way that you like, because your stylist should be able to see when your quote unquote heat trained hair is getting to the point of quote unquote heat damage, because your stylist should be able to look at your hair and know that it looks different from the last time you were in and say, hey, you need a deep conditioning treatment today, or maybe we should do a bonding treatment today, or something that will either make your hair a little bit healthier or prevent your hair from getting worse to the point where it will start to break off. I hope I explained that in a way that made sense to everyone. And as always, if you have any questions or you need me to clarify something, please leave it down below and I will explain it in further detail. So I just wanted to state my opinion on the differences of the two. So if you're someone who's interested in getting your hair heat trained, it's not difficult to do. All you have to do is apply heat to your hair periodically. It is still not safe to apply heat to your hair every day, even if your hair is heat trained. I make sure that my client doesn't apply heat until she comes to see me again. The only place that she applies heat to on her own is her edges, and that's her personal preference, and she's pretty good at doing it with making sure that she doesn't burn her edges out, so that works. But you always want to make sure that you use the proper cleansing shampoo, and you want to make sure that you use a moisturizing shampoo and a good conditioner in your hair, and use some kind of heat protectant in your hair, even though that's another sore topic for some stylists who don't believe in heat protectant. I personally do. I think it leaves an extra layer in the hair to help prevent crossing over into the heat damage stage. But you know, with everything in the field of hair, I believe it's all preference. We all have our preferences and what we like and what we do not like. So yeah, make sure that you like I said, condition and keep the hair moisturized at all time. And when using heat, even if you do not care about your natural pattern, try to keep some kind of curl in your hair. And the reason why I say that is because that curl, that little bit of curl that you leave in your hair, gives you body. Without it, your hair will be flat. If that's your preference, then fine. But if you like for your hair to have some kind of body, a little bit of volume, you want to make sure that you leave some sort of curl still in your natural curl pattern, so that when you straighten your hair and you curl your hair using heat, that you'll have that nice fullness in your hair and not a flat style. So to straighten her hair, I am using the Paul Mitchell Neuro Flat Iron. This is the 1 inch. And then I use the Babyliss Titanium Prima 3000 to create curls. Now when she gets her hair curls, she only likes for the curl to be at the very end. So I'm just using the flat iron to smooth the hair shaft from root to mids, and then at the end I just do a nice light curl. Here's a quick clip of what her hair looked like when she first came in. You see how well her hair has held up to humidity with it being heat trained, and this is what it looks like at the completion of this visit. So I did use a little bit of bedhead after party for the flyaways on the top, and then I used some of my Love and Health Shine Serum to give it some shine, moisturize it, and also protect it from the sun and to help fight against humidity. So now she'll just either pin curl it or wrap it for it to last for the next week or so when she comes back in to get it shampooed and cleansed all over again. So I hope this video helped you guys with something today. As always, I like for you to please leave any comments or questions down below. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.